With your career, you started out in country radio.
Yes.
You went and did the stints out. You know, you did your hard yards. I think sometimes people look and go, oh, she's there, but they don't realise everything that you did. And it was a pretty long road, really, to get where you are. You've had huge success, but you have worked really hard to get there.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, and it's weird hearing from somebody else that it was hard work, because for me it was just what I had to do and I wanted to do. So, and I, you know, I'm a big believer in that. If you're passionate about something, you want to work that hard. Do you know what I mean? It's not. It doesn't seem like a toil, but yeah, you know, the few years in country radio, and you know, I was really young, so I'm fresh out of school, and you know, I've done bits and pieces at uni, but I just went and moved to the country, and you know how close I am to my family, so that was a bit tough. But I loved you know, in country radio there's a freedom because there's a lack of
Everything, resources.
So you end up multitasking. So at one stage I was
so much.
Well, you do, because I was writing the commercial ads, copywriter. I was, you know, promotions manager, driving the Feroza around the town, giving away, you know, icy cold cans of Coke. And then I was doing mid-dawn shifts, so you'd be working, you know, from midnight till 6 a.m, you know, playing songs and barely talking, because that was what I liked to do most. But yeah, surprisingly, but as a music jock, you don't get a chance to do that. No. So that, you know, those years are a bit tough, and then obviously I just had doors open, and you know, it's been a case of a few steps forward, you know, 2 steps forward, 6 steps back. Yeah. Because
you did get then picked up by a metro, like you moved to Melbourne and did nights and stuff, and then that fell through and you went to producing and stuff. Did you ever have times where you're like, shit, am I doing the right thing here? Is this for me? Or did you just back yourself the whole time?
I think I just backed myself, and not only backed myself, I just went with it. For me, life, you know, it does exist in the now, and I think, you know, forward planning is important, and it's important to, you know, definitely see where you want to be and have dreams. But I've just always loved what I was doing at the time, and times when I didn't. So times when maybe, as you said, I you know, had a shift at one stage. I was working in Sydney doing a late night show on the Triple M network, and then that got finished, that got cancelled. So then I was like, oh, what am I going to do? So I went into producing a bit, and you know, I was like, oh yeah, I'm a very bad producer, so I'm not very organised.
I don't think if you want to perform, you can be a producer. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't. There's no way.
I know. So I struggled with that a bit, and maybe at that time I went, is this what I want to do?
Yeah.
But I did believe I could find my way back onto the microphone, even if I just went and, like, you know, stole it and took it home at night and did a little show in my room.
Because you did, you know, you've been on a couple of shows, and I think sometimes you can be put in teams where it doesn't really work for you, and it can be really challenging, and you've got to make it sound like you get along well. And it's surprising how many radio shows are actually slapped together and say, make magic. And it's really hard. It's almost impossible to do. The team that you're in now, though, you've said unlike any team that you've ever worked in. Yeah. How do you feel with the show that you're doing now?
Well, I mean, it's always, if you're working with people you love and you respect, I mean,
makes such a difference,
doesn't it? And what a great life you have, because you know, for me, working with Jules and with Byron and our off-air team who aren't on air, we're all so close. And for me, when you've got that mutual respect, a genuine love for the people you're working with, and I love them. And Byron and Jules have been so supportive of me. And they've been such great friends. Yeah. But we also, with that healthy respect, you don't, you know, you can be honest. You know that you're not going to suffer if you're honest. I mean, if you're in teams that you think, gosh, I'm going to have to tell this person how I feel, and they hold it against you for the rest of your career, you think, well, what was the point? Because, you know, being on air and in radio, you need chemistry, and that needs to be natural.
And it's such a strange, creative environment. You know, there's not many places that you put in a room and you throw out ideas that you think are good, and then somebody goes, nah, don't like that, and you just got to let it go. Yeah. Like, you need to trust the people that you were with.
Yeah, absolutely.
To get anywhere.
Exactly, trust. I mean, and I think that's, you know, key across all, you know, occupations in the workforce. If you can trust people in your team, then you're going to be successful.
Yeah. Is radio because you left radio for a while and did breakfast television. Is radio your number one, do you think?
Radio's like my baby, along with that baby over there. But radio is my past. It's where I started. It's where I feel really comfortable.
Yeah.
I love TV and breaking out for a few years and doing, solely TV, although I kept doing a radio show on a Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Couldn't get enough work. That was back in the days when work was paramount and key and I had no life. But yeah, TV is an exciting medium too. So I do really enjoy that. And apart from the need to get your hair and makeup done constantly, which is tedious, because really you've got to get out of bed 3 hours earlier.
I know. What is it? Because you did the weather on Sunrise for a while. What's the reality of breakfast television? I just can't imagine it's glamorous at all.
Well, it's not, and I'm not taking it for granted because it's a brilliant job and it's great fun and lots of people would love to do it. But, you are getting up at 3 a.m. You've got to get into the makeup chair. You're in there, makeup chair for an hour and a half. Then you've got to, look presentable.
Yeah.
You've got to keep that up. You've got to have high energy.
Yeah.
So often by the time the cameras start rolling at 6 a.m, you're exhausted because you've been up for 3 hours in the middle, what seems like the middle of the night.
Yeah.
So, but look, if you love it, you're prepared to do it. I mean, every job has things that are maybe not as glamorous and the bits that you don't like, but you do it because you love it.
Yeah, right. Because you hadn't done a huge amount of telly before you took on that role.
No, I'd done Thank God You're Here.
Yeah. I don't know, because I look at people that do that show and I'm like, that's my worst nightmare, getting up there and just trying to do that. Yeah. You were really good at it.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were.
No, I wasn't.
I remember the first time I'm like, that's Fifi, what the hell? Like, you just rolled with it.
We'll see that it sort of tapped into one of my strengths, which is just bluffing my way through life. So on a show where you just essentially bluff your way through it, that was going to work to some degree. But no, I was terrible at it.
And then Dancing with the Stars?
Yeah, once again, terrible at it, and probably only went as far as I did to the grand final through Sympathy.
Well, you made it to the grand final. I love that you have to slip that in there.
I did.